Okay, just like predicted, our quads are feeling a good amount of fatigue after those hack squats. I knew those hack squats were going to leave us super sore, and that's exactly what happened. It could also have been those leg extensions, man. Those leg extensions be also putting me through it, to be honest. But we are taking a bit of a different route right now because there is some traffic around the neighborhood, and so we have to maneuver around a little bit. We're also going to the gym a little bit early, which is nice because we get to beat the crowd that comes in around 4, maybe 4:30. So we're getting there at a good time. I usually like to go when there's not that many folks, so that way I can have a little bit more range with the camera placement and everything like that. Because usually when it's like, let's say it's like super packed or anything, I don't want to be in the way too much. Either way, I usually try to be as mindful as possible, even when it's packed. But for some reason, when I look back at the videos, and I know it's packed. I know it's packed at the gym, but then I look back at the videos and it looks empty. But it's not as empty as it seems. You know, like how they say looks can be deceiving. That's kind of how it's been like with these gym sessions. It'd be looking empty, but it's pretty packed in there, honestly. Not my favorite. Not my favorite. But you know, we have to stick through it. It just kind of depends on the time you go, you know. If you go a little bit later, maybe you might catch a few less people. You might not. It just really depends. I don't know how some folks wake up like at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning to get a workout in, man. But salutes to you, because that for sure takes some serious dedication, waking up that early. And I know some people have really busy schedules where the only time they have is really in the morning. That's kind of similar to what I have as well with my cardio sessions. Instead of doing them after doing the walks, after the gym, after I'm hella tired and everything, instead I kind of get them done before I start my day. And so I go for a morning walk. It gets me out of the apartment and I get to explore the neighborhood. So it's kind of like a double plus. We get to enjoy the outside too, which is nice. So just kind of like similar to that, some folks can only go to their gym sessions in the morning, and that morning can sometimes be like 4 a.m. But man, I wouldn't be able to do that. I would have to go to sleep super early. And I know some folks can go to sleep super early. Maybe some folks have kids and stuff. So it's, man, the gym for sure can be tricky. Can be tricky. So I don't blame some folks for not going, because I know it can take up a little bit of time. But if you can, try to get some sessions in. You know, I think you can benefit a lot from 3 sessions a week. So that way you don't have to go for like 6 times, and you can really plan out those 3 sessions really well, and then still make some gains from that. So just try to maneuver around, but just try to be as consistent as possible. I know it can be hard. Sometimes I don't want to go, or sometimes it gets hella busy, but I try to make as much time as possible, or I just try to hurry up my workout to make it either home or whatever that might be, or to my appointment. Yeah, so it's just kind of like really just playing around with the time. I feel like there's not enough time in the day. Every time I'm talking to some folks in the gym, we're talking about kind of our split and what we work out, and then it seems like there's always a body part that's kind of like not worked out as much, because there's only so much time you have during the day to work out. You don't want to be spending so much time already in the gym, and adding all these different muscle groups can take up time. And so sometimes some folks can say forearms. I feel like forearms can be one of those big muscle groups that some people forget about, because it's kind of like an accessory movement, you would even call it, right? It's so it can be easily forgotten and easily neglected, but try to try to be as try to hit them here and there. That's what I try to do sometimes when it comes to a certain body part. I feel like that I haven't hit in a while. I try to then bring it back instead of putting it in the back burner, and kind of just bring it up to the front. And I'm just like, you know what? Okay, I need to actually kind of like integrate it into my schedule, and that's what I started doing with forearms. But like I mentioned, it's difficult to hit everything, mostly when you're limited on time or you have to go to work and stuff. I know if only I did bodybuilding and it was just working out, for sure I'd have more time to like for sure hit everything like perfectly. But we can't do that. We can't take that luxury of not having a job. So we kind of work with what we have, and honestly, I've been pretty happy with the results of all the hard work we've been putting in when it comes to the gym. We've been getting pretty busy when I sometimes help my parents and stuff, picking up my siblings for the longest time as well. And also we take care of 5 cats, there's work and stuff, so it can get pretty busy. But I try to make as much time as possible for the gym, so that way I can get those sessions in. And man, stacking those sessions have really been paying off. I've been noticing so much more definition than I have ever in my life. It's so insane. And what's been really good about everything, I think, is that I created a routine. I think that it wasn't just kind of like me just doing random stuff. It was, everything was kind of planned out as I went, and that saved me from a lot of headaches. And it also helped me feel like I was doing things correctly. When you're doing things kind of sporadic and doing things all over the place, it can sometimes feel overwhelming, and it's hard to stay to keep that tunnel vision if you're like confused, or if you don't know what's kind of going on, if your day is hectic. But if you start planning things out, you kind of follow like a certain program, and you are making sure that you're creating that routine around that program or whatever that might be, that can help out a lot. Honestly, it can help motivate you to kind of keep going. This routine of uploading videos has been really keeping me motivated. It has been keeping me kind of accountable too, and it's been making I think most importantly out of all, is just making the sessions go by faster. So I've been stacking my days without feeling like I'm like suffering so much from the diet. So it's been nice. It's been nice, and I kind of created this routine already too, walking in the morning, so that I can get outside a little bit more. And I was kind of just talking to Jasmine yesterday. I was telling her how it's really nice that things are kind of like settling into place when it comes to just kind of this new routine that I created. Everything feels like it's flowing good, and kind of in a nice way. There isn't too many obstacles, which is nice, because I haven't had to stress out so much. I've also been able to figure out this camera thing after the first maybe 3 weeks of maybe having the worst headaches ever. It's so difficult with all these cameras. There's so many different settings. I wish it was just kind of pick up and go, but I had to every single day I was looking up different settings to see what better worked, and then I would try them out at the gym. And I think you can even look at some previous videos where where the settings for the colors and everything was a little bit off. And I think it's because I was playing with like the picture profiles from the cameras and everything. Okay, but I'm just kind of going off on a tangent, but it's been nice that everything's kind of been settling into place. Today we're going to be destroying some chest and some triceps. Hopefully we get to do some Smith machine, because it's been feeling pretty good. Just been feeling pretty good. Probably gonna sit there for 3 sets if we do get the Smith machine, and then we're gonna move over to some type of press. I'm thinking maybe, I think it's a Lifetime Fitness machine that it is, or a, which was the other one? I forget what the other one is, but I think there's 2 types of incline presses for kind of like isolation machines in our gym. But if we get lucky, maybe we get to do the cable machines in the corner. That one is our favorite because you get a really, really good stretch with the cables. And so we're gonna try to do that if we get access to it. And then if we get access to that, then we're probably just gonna sit there for an entire time, because we can also do triceps there as well. So we're probably gonna do some push downs and then some cross body work. And then we're going to then do some overhead. You know, keep it kind of keeping it simple, how we usually do it. And that's we don't want to overcomplicate some of these things either, where we start switching up so much of our routine. Mostly because I don't write things down. So if, let's say, I'm switching my routine so often, it'll be really hard to track how much weight I'm doing for a certain exercise for that week, etc. So that's why I kind of just stick to a certain, let's say, machine or kind of routine, and then after a while I kind of like switch it up if I want to, or maybe I switch up just a little bit, nothing too crazy. And then we're gonna do some hamstrings. I am super happy about hamstrings because we get to use the Versa grips, and those Versa grips have been nothing but good to us, man. They are super nice. The only thing that I think I had trouble with was when I was doing this, man, I forget what those machines are, but it was during our back session. I feel like the handle was really thick, and so I was kind of trying to loop it around, and I think maybe just the strap is just a tiny bit on the smaller side, man. If it had maybe 2 to 3 inches, dude, it'd be like, there would just be something like, there would be nothing that can compare to it ever. But unfortunately, they're just a little bit smaller. So maybe, hopefully at some point they come out with something a little bit longer, and then we get to enjoy that. Oh, before I forget, we're gonna be taking the new route to the gym because there is some construction going on, man. We've been kind of dealing with construction for the longest time now. It's either in our street by where we live or on the way to the gym. We can't escape it. It's kind of the cons of living in the city. But what's nice about the city is that there's so much to do, which is nice, and there's so many food places. And me and Jasmine really like to explore different food places. We already have a list written down of things we're gonna be trying once I get out of this cut. For sure, the first thing is gonna be Korean barbecue, though, because you cannot go wrong with Korean barbecue. It is going to be so crazy. Oh my God, I can already smell the meat. I went to TJ Maxx because I went to go return some socks, because I didn't notice, you know, I'm careless, I guess. And so I grabbed a pair of Nike socks because I needed new ones, and they roughly cost the same as if you were to get them at the Nike outlet where I usually get them. And so I was like, you know what? Let me pick some up. Tell me why they're XL and not like a regular size. And so then I was stuck with like the biggest socks ever, and so then that kind of sucked. And so then I had to go return them. And I had like 2 trips over there to that general area, but because I kept forgetting the socks, it wasn't until I had one of my morning walks where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wake up just a tiny bit later, or start my day just a tiny bit later, and then just go when they open. And that's what I ended up doing. And it was a nice walk. It was a lot less cold too, which was nice. It's just that I can't really take those that luxury with that time going a little bit later, because I also do work, and so I can't really be doing that too often. Ooh, my voice is like cracking. But we are already feeling the beta alanine tingles right now. I can already feel it in my ears, and then as soon as I feel it, kind of like on the side of my face, and I start kind of getting a little nervous. I don't know why that happens, but it's kicking at the perfect time because we're super close to the gym now, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna find some pretty good parking. I can already sense it, and I can already, I can already sense that we're gonna get the Smith machine too. So let's see if that comes true once we get there. Hopefully by next month, once it's maybe towards the middle of the month, or just kind of once we evaluate at the end of this month the cut and everything, maybe at the start of next month or kind of like in the middle, I'll start to count down the days of the cut, so then we can start the, I guess you would even call it the summer bulk, but we're not really going to be bulking too crazy because we're going to do kind of like a maintenance phase, kind of like a slight bulk, because we don't want to get too crazy. So what my plan is during the week I'll eat pretty healthy, which I'm pretty good at. I can space out my meals pretty well and everything, and then on the weekends is when I have, let's say, one meal that's kind of like a cheat meal, and I'll be doing things like here and there every other week or whatever that might be. And so then that puts me a little bit more on a surplus, but I'm not going too crazy, and that's kind of what I want to do. I don't want to go too crazy, because next thing you know, I'm like, I gained 40 pounds and then I have to drop them again, and it's not gonna be fun. It is not going to be fun. But let's go ahead and let's switch over now to the next clip. We're super close to the gym now. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do our first set. We're gonna end up doing 45 and 20 on each side. We're gonna try to get as many as we can, and then maybe Jasmine might help us on the last one. We'll see. We'll see how many we get first, and then depending on how fast this moves, we either stay at this or we move down a little bit as we go along. But we'll see. We'll see how things are feeling. So far, I'm feeling pretty stable, which is good. Can you help me just slightly bit more? One more. Okay. That was amazing. That was good. Okay, so I think we got 5, and then we had Jasmine help us out with the last 2, which was good. Those last 2 felt really good. Let's go ahead and do 17.5 for the second one. It's Jasmine's turn. And just like how I expected, the gym is fairly empty right now, which is nice because we're beating the evening crowd. So I'm hoping that after this we get access to some type of cable machine. We shall see. But we're gonna hit this one for 45 and 17.5 on each side, and try to get at least a solid, I don't know, 6 to 8. We'll see. I'm gonna do these. Quick little pause. I'm gonna do this off. It's killing my circulation. Oh man, nice. Okay.
Still really good though.
Yeah, not bad. All right, Jasmine had to help us on that one. No big. Let's do 15 on the next one. Let's go ahead and let's do our third set, so we can move on to some type of incline press. Hopefully we get access to some cables. If not, we have like 3 machines that we can use, so we can always try those. Man, I'm still feeling that our pre-workout. But we ended up dropping down to 15. So we're doing 45 and 15 on each side. We're gonna try to get at least a solid 7 to 8. I think that should be pretty good. Just based on how fast the last ones moved and how hard they were, I think 15 is gonna be a good weight. All right, I'm gonna go for like 7 or 8. Like 7 or 8, I think should be good. Hopefully, we'll see. We shall see.
You got it.
Okay. We're gonna hit that for 2 more. Oh, quick pause. Quick pause. Honestly, I think I need to get a new belt. This one's already it's too loose, so it doesn't give me as much support as I would like. But it still kind of does the job a little bit, maybe like 40%, as opposed to the more thicker belt that I have. But enough resting. Let's hit it for at least 2 more. One more.
One more.
That's it. Okay, that's good. Let's move on to the next one. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do the second set of these. Because I didn't end up getting that extra little pad that I'm using, we're just gonna stick to it like this, which should still be fine. But I really like to get that extra stretch at the end. But we're gonna do 2 plates on each side, and let's just try to go as hard as we can. And then I'm thinking if the cables are taking, we can do some pec deck. I think that'll still be good. No biggie. Come on. Nice. Okay. Has me sort of breath, but that was pretty good. I think we're gonna do a quick little pause set and do the bad one for maybe 2 more. That should be good. Oh my god. All right, let's do it.
Do you need out?
Huh?
Do you need out for you?
Yeah. Ah, that's it. I'm thinking just switch it up a little bit so we don't have to do a whole setup. We're gonna end up doing some dips after this one for maybe 2 to 3 sets. And so I'm pretty excited because dips are pretty nice and you get a crazy stretch at the bottom, which is what we're looking for. So if the little attachment that we like is not taken by the time we finish this, we'll do dips with that, or maybe grab one that's on the other side. But we'll see. We'll see what becomes available. So we are gonna end up doing this for 1 more, 45 and 35. Oh, good. Let's go do some dips. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and do some quick dips, and then we're gonna move over to some tricep work. We decided to do dips just because I don't want to do a whole setup, to be honest. And this is pretty good. It gives you a pretty good stretch. Let's put some music back today. Mm. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think we're just gonna do two, and that should be pretty good. Oh my god, dude. This is fucking hard. Let's uh let's take a 10-15 second break, and let's hit this bad boy for maybe uh what's it called? Like two more. I think that should be good. Oh my god. Okay. Nice, okay. That's all we needed. Let's go do some triceps. Let's go ahead and do our first set of these. I don't think we need a break. We've already we're feeling pretty pumped already. I think I don't know what's wrong with my tripods. I feel like I break them pretty easy because this one's loose already, and I barely got this one. So we'll see if we can fix it once we get home. Nice. Okay, we got 7 on that. I think we're gonna move down from 53 to 50 and hit that for two more sets. But it's Jasmine's turn. He's already on her last one. Like I mentioned, we're gonna end up dropping down a little bit to 50, just so we can get a solid 7 to 8. For some reason, my thing's not going. Okay, nice. Let's do let's do one more just like that. Okay. Nice. These I think it looks pretty good. I can see a little bit more of my lats here on this side, which is nice. Let's get a closer look. I'm also seeing a little bit more veins too on the chest. These are going pretty well, man. Those morning walks are really using up some of our energy, but we're still going hard. Let's do one more with the 50s, and then we're gonna move over to some crossbody work. Jasmine already got started, so we're pretty close to catching up. We just gotta do one more of these. Let's do it.
Oh, here.
Let's do some crossbody work now. Man, I always forget that we also have to do we also have to do hamstrings today. So we'll see we'll see if we do RDLs, but I'm thinking we most likely are. We're gonna do probably three sets of seated curls, and then maybe do like 2 sets of RDLs, kind of the usual. All right, let's do some crossbody work. For this one, we're gonna do 17, and we're gonna start off with our left hand, and then move over to our right. All right, let's do it. All right, fell on this side. Fell on this side. And then we're gonna finish off with 3. Okay. Here's the 3 minutes. All right, so my God. Okay, I'll do one more just like that. Okay, so we're already pretty beat, but our triceps are looking pretty crazy, which is nice. We're gonna do one more set of these, and then we're gonna end up doing some overhead work for maybe 2 sets or 3. We'll see how tired we are, but things are uh, things are looking pretty good. I'm super excited. All right, let's do it. Let's start with the lift. All right, let's just sit it on this side. No. Okay, let's go ahead and do some overhead work now. Okay, let's go ahead and let's do some overhead work now so we can finally get out of here. I'm already pretty tired, but usually the E&E crowd is kind of getting in, and we kind of already beat them to all these machines, so that's a plus. I think we're gonna just stay here for 2 sets. Okay, so like I've been using, we're gonna end up using these. These things are like a cheat code for this. Honestly, I feel no wrist pain when I'm doing this because it just kind of keeps me in place throughout the whole movement, and I feel the craziest amount of tension throughout the whole movement. So we're gonna end up sticking with these every time we do some overhead work. Let's put some music real quick. Okay. That was good. One more just like that. Okay, that was good. Let's go join Jasmine now. I'm excited to get out of here, and I'm hungry. We have some. We have some Korean barbecue beef waiting for us at home right now, with some potatoes and some cheese. So let's just say we're pretty excited. I think. I think today's gonna be a pretty good dinner. Yesterday we tried this beef from Costco. Man, it was super good. And I think the brand is Kevin something. And we usually get it from Costco. We sometimes get a lot of their different dishes. Sometimes we get their orange chicken. Sometimes we get their Korean barbecue. And this time around we got their Korean barbecue beef. And it's pretty good. It was pretty good. We're for sure gonna be cooking that up for our bulk because the macros on there are pretty crazy, to be honest. And it's gonna make the bulk even easier because it tastes super good. All right, let's go do some seated curls. Jasmine got the machine. I think we're gonna end up doing one quick warm up set. Or all right, don't do what I do, but I'm just gonna go straight into it. Why not? I'm too lazy to do a warm up set, to be honest. Don't be lazy like me. Actually, fix a little bit. All right, let's go. Okay. We're gonna stick to the same weight. We're gonna do this one for for one more after this one, and then we're gonna switch over to some RDLs. Hopefully, we get access to a little corner, and we have a little bit of space to record. But we'll see. We'll see. Because sometimes it gets a little bit packed closer to where the heavier weights are. And we're grabbing the 85s to 90s for RDL. So we got a little bit of maneuvering. Okay. We have one more. I think for the next one, what's the time? A bit lower or either one leg at a time. We'll see. I'm gonna do my last one real quick. I changed my mind. We're gonna do two at the same time. That's it. Let's go do some RDLs now. Okay. Let's go ahead and let's do our last exercise for today so that we can go ahead and shake the pump. I think we're gonna stay here for two and then go join Jasmine downstairs. We'll see how this one goes. We're not gonna take off our shoes this time because it's gonna take hella long to do it. When we do it.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's do one more just like that. All right, let's do this last one, man. I'm already pretty tired. All I keep thinking about is that Korean barbecue we're gonna have at the end. I keep thinking about that miso soup. Man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm excited. Let's do it. That's it. Let's go home. Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No, no.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and check the pump. See what kind of damage we did today. Jasmine can't find me right now. She's seeing me now. Okay. Today was a really good day, man. We are looking forward to some. Jasmine can go hang out with some friends and have some really good food. But we get to enjoy some Korean barbecue beef once we get home. So we're just as excited. Can't wait to get home, down a few Diet Cokes, and then, yeah, and then edit some of the vlogs, honestly. Thankfully, I had some time today to edit yesterday's gym session and I already uploaded. So kudos to me. I need to start doing that more often where I'm not rushing a little bit because sometimes I'd be running out of time with work. So don't be like me. Don't procrastinate. Even though I try to be on top of everything as much as I can, sometimes it can get a little bit out of hand because it's only one of me. But let's go home. Let's eat something, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some. Oh, tomorrow's Saturday too, which is nice. So I'll see you guys for some back and for some shoulders.